Here in my hands is a stack of 7 GameCube games that I had as a child that I recently just repurchased as an adult over the past year. Now, I buy a lot of video games, but easily the most rewarding purchases are getting back the games you had as a kid. There's a couple different reasons I no longer had these. The main one being that I sold a bunch of them to GameStop stupidly. I still don't even know what possessed me to do that, especially since I hardly got anything for them. Like, it was just absolutely pointless to sell them. At the time that I did it, the Wii had been out, and I remember I also traded in a copy of Destroy All Humans, Willy's Unleashed, and they gave me more for this than they did for my GameCube games. That's how low they paid me for them. But I no longer have to lose sleep about it because I do have them, and most of them actually have an interesting story behind them, so I just wanted to go over it. And we'll start off with Super Monkey Ball. It's funny, I thought this had been one I sold to GameStop, but recently when I was looking at this memory card, I noticed these chew marks on it, and it made me realize I don't know if I sold this one to GameStop or if my dog chewed it up. And I'm leaning towards that's what happened. I think my dog as a kid chewed up the disc to this game. And I'm really happy to have it back because this is just good, classic fun. There's a lot of games nowadays that are classified as like rage games or like streamer games. This was like the original rage game before all of those came out. This one is a player's choice, so it has this gross yellow. I was trying not to buy player's choice games, but I finally decided to just get over that and just stop caring. I just want the game at this point. And if you've never played this game, it's just a very bizarre platformer where you literally are a monkey in a ball, where you're tilting like the course you're navigating on and trying not to fall off. But beyond that, there's also a bunch of different game modes like billiards and racing and bowling. It was just like every aspect of this game was just fun. I really missed it. I'm very glad to have it back in my collection. And as you probably tell, I won't be showing gameplay footage. I thought about like booting them up and playing them all for a bit, but I don't want to just boot them up and grab 30 minutes. Like when I finally play these again, I want to just experience them and not just be grabbing footage. So that'll just be me yapping about the rest of the games. The next one is Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is one I definitely sold to GameStop as a kid. This copy's kind of cool because it's in an old Blockbuster case. And although it does feel kind of funny being excited to own a Spongebob game being 31 years old, it's just a good, fun, classic game. I think it was ported to the Switch, but I had it on the GameCube. You get to play as all the characters. I just remember having so much fun with this game. And I'm very curious when I finally get to play it again, if it'll still hold up or if I will, again, be wondering why I'm playing a SpongeBob game at 31 years old. And now this next one is Worms Blast. And this is kind of funny. I forgot this game even existed, but I was in a game store in Richmond, Virginia, and I saw it on a shelf, and it just like a wave of memories came flooding back. And I was like, oh my God, I either had this game or rented this game. I don't know. And I don't know what happened to it. Again, I'm assuming it died during that GameStop trade-in for probably nothing, but it's a really cool, I never know what to call these, color matching game where you play as these little funny creatures shooting guns of certain colors to like match up and hit like the colored blocks. But while you do it, you kind of fight another creature on the other side. So you can play like one-on-one versus friends and stuff. And I actually did boot this one up recently, and there's a campaign mode that's shockingly hard. I actually really want to live stream this game at some point. But yeah, if you've never heard of this game, it's just good, classic, you know, puzzle color matching fun with a cool little twist. You get like power-ups that you get to unleash on your opponent. And yeah, when I played this one, it made me very glad that I picked it up. I think the funniest part though is when I bought this, I had been traveling. I don't live in Richmond, Virginia. I was visiting. Picked this up, flew all the way back home, opened it up all excited to play, and saw the disc was missing. It's like, no. So I messaged the store on Instagram. They messaged me back, oh, yep, we have the game, because, you know, they keep the disc behind the counter. They don't keep it like out on the floor. So they shipped me the disc for free. That was super nice of them. I think it was Dawn Star Video Games in Richmond, Virginia. Really cool store if you're ever in the area. Highly recommend. And oh man, this next one, Luigi's Mansion. This is just such a special little game. It was one of the first GameCube games I ever had. And I think the funniest part about this, again, it's like the others, it was traded into GameStop for probably $1. And then I bought this from GameStop, I think for like $50. So they made money off of me twice from this game. They got to sell my childhood copy and sell me this one. ridiculous. But yeah, no manual in this one. Doesn't really bother me. Maybe I'll pick one up at some point, but good God, this game, like if you've never played this game, I highly recommend it. Like you could call it a horror game. It's more of just like a spooky game with Luigi running through a mansion and hunting ghosts, but it's got a lot of like cool puzzles. And as a kid, well, also as an adult, I liked how a lot of the boss fights were like puzzles within itself. Just a very creative, unique game. It was really strange when it came out because there was no Mario game. You know, we grew up playing Mario 64, and then the GameCube comes out. I don't think Mario Sunshine came out right away. Instead, Luigi's Mansion came out. It was just so quirky and weird. And it's funny, as a kid, you remember these games taking so long because I think it would take so much time because you were a dumb kid to actually figure it out. But this game's relatively short, and I have a lot of horror games I'm thinking about playing this Halloween season. I would like to try to pop this one in at some point. I don't know. Regardless, if I don't play this game for another 2 years, I don't care. I will at some point. I'm just really happy to have it. And then we have Super Smash Bros. Melee. Now, this is a game I absolutely would not have ever sold to anyone ever. My childhood copy would still be in my collection, but I don't know what the heck happened to it. Because I still have my childhood GameCube, and I still have a lot of my childhood GameCube games. They're currently at my parents' house, and when I go home, I want to grab them and bring them back and talk about them. It'll probably be like after Thanksgiving. But I brought this thing with me to college, and we played it all the time. Like the Xbox One was out when I was in college, and we just would still play the GameCube. That's how awesome and timeless the GameCube is. Oh, and if you're wondering what this thing is, it's a freaking screen. I still need to test and see if this thing works. I freaking love my childhood GameCube. But yeah, I mentioned I brought it to college, and during the summer, I did not live at my college house. Some of them did. And when I came back, it was gone. I don't know who stole it. I don't know if they brought it somewhere to play and left it there. But my childhood Super Smash Bros. Was gone. And one day I got an email because I had this wish listed on Price Charting, like the website where you can go and check games. I didn't even know they sold games, but I get an email. Somebody listed Super Smash Bros. Melee for, I think it was 40 bucks, 50 bucks. I don't remember. It was a good enough price where I just immediately clicked buy. And especially because it was a not for resale edition, which I'm pretty sure is the same one I had because my copy came bundled in with a black GameCube, which my dog also broke. So that GameCube was not my original GameCube, which honestly worked out pretty well because that one came bundled with the Zelda Collector's Edition. So luckily I still have that again at my parents' house. But yeah, man, Super Smash Bros. Melee, what a awesome game. Just absolutely timeless. You could be in a room with people and maybe a couple of them would know what Super Monkey Ball is. You could be in a room with 50 people and probably all of them would have played Super Smash Bros. Melee. I was never into like the competitive scene. I don't know how to wave dash or do any of that. I just loved as a kid running through the adventure mode and the classic mode and playing with friends. I just love games like this where you can just still boot them up with friends and just have a fantastic time. It's honestly a relief that I have this game back. It was like almost stressing me out that I didn't. But no longer can lose sleep. I can sleep soundly because I have Super Smash Bros. Melee. And now these last two are some heavy hitters. The first one being Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. I think this is one of my top 5 favorite video games of all time. I recently logged every game I've ever played, and I realized I'm pretty sure only this and Pokemon are the only turn-based games I've ever completely beaten. God, man, just the humor and the characters and the story. I could play this game once a year and still enjoy it. I love this game that much. And I have the one on the Switch, which thank God, because this was like a $100 game until that came out. So once I got the one on the Switch, I wasn't like as much in a rush to pick this one up, but I always made it a rule. If I saw it for a good price, I'd pick it up. And one day this was listed on Facebook Marketplace for $20. Player's choice. Again, if I see the black label someday, I'll probably pick it up, especially because this one doesn't have the manual, which I would like to have someday. But oh my God, man. I traded this into GameStop back in the day. I don't know why. I loved this game so much. I think I assumed I would never play it again. I've already played it 2 more times. So that was a lie. A buddy in college had it and I played it from his, and then I emulated it one time. I would love to play this game again. I'm conflicted whether to play the Switch version or this version. I keep pointing to my I have a shelf of Switch games over there I keep pointing to. But yeah, I don't know. Regardless, this is another one. Even if I never pop it in my GameCube, it just means that much to me. I'm just glad to have it. Now this last one is pretty crazy. This is a game I never actually owned. We rented it from Blockbuster one time. I remember playing this with my cousins, with my brother. We all loved this game, and every Christmas, every birthday, any event that a parent would possibly buy us a video game for, we begged them, please, we want this game. My poor mom never found it anywhere. Probably if she had checked eBay, she could have found it, but like in stores, never found it. Looked for it. I think if she had ever found it, she would have bought it, never saw it. We only got it from Blockbuster that one time and never saw it ever again. That game is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Now, I paid a pretty penny for this. I think I paid $120. It was worth it. The aura behind me just not being able to have this as a kid and now having a full-time job and being able to afford something like this, I don't regret it. It was a no-brainer. I'm really glad to finally own this game. I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting until like my brother and I can play it again. I just think that would just be so special because we played this game back as kids. If you're not familiar with this game, it's just like a top-down, what are they even, cooperative action? It's like a top-down hack and slash where there's different characters that you can choose from, and as you play, you level up. So like my character was like the dwarf or something. I think he played as the mage character, and it was just so cool that as you went along your adventure, you got to level up and boost your character. I don't think we ever beat it, so I don't know if we can make it work. Like, we don't live close, but I would just love to play through this with my brother at some point. So I guess you could say I'm saving it for a rainy day, but man, just to have it in great condition, complete in box, it means a lot. So yeah, that's the stack of GameCube games that I have repurchased as an adult that I had as a kid. And it really has just made me so addicted to buying retro video games. I mean, you can see the the bonus disc I bought from a buddy recently, because buying games I had as a kid then turned into buying games that my friends had. Or buying games that I thought looked interesting. And I'm just pretty much at this point trying to get all of the GameCube exclusives. At least the interesting ones. But yeah, easily out of all the games I've bought, these were probably the most meaningful. There are technically 2 GameCube games that I know of that I would still like to get that I had as a kid. I think that were also GameStop casualties, and that's SpongeBob the movie and Finding Nemo. 2 incredibly random games, but again, just because I had them as a kid, if I ever see them somewhere, I want to rebuy them. I'm not in any rush at this point. Out of all of the games, these were easily the most important to me. I'm curious to hear from you all. Like, are there games from your childhood you're still looking for? Or are there even just specific games that you still want? I know for a fact too, I also still want that I didn't have as a kid, but just think would be cool, are F-Zero and the Kirby Air Riders game. Those are probably my 2 like most wanted if I ever see them to try to grab, because I don't know, I could buy them off of eBay, but I just like finding them in person if I can. And if you enjoyed this style of video, again, not sure if it'll be as entertaining without like game footage and flashing lights and sound effects, since that's what the Mr. Beast era of YouTube has done. But I don't know, maybe some people still like chill videos like this. And if you do, like, comment, subscribe, click buttons. I'm just blown away by the amount of support I've had. It's really given me a lot of motivation to just make more videos like this. So yeah, really appreciate y'all. ScootTube out.